We are live. Hey, Killian. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. How you doing? Big Duke. Big Duke of Dukingham. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I spaz out, but yeah, that stuff wasn't really directed towards you guys. You guys are active. Even just the other day, I saw you guys send a little something. So believe me, I pay attention. I see who's appreciative and who just doesn't care at all. Good. I'm glad you're doing well. It is Happy Friday. We technically had a pretty good week yet again, right? We got silver up again over 46 an ounce. We got blackberry on the move. Blackberry came out recently with earnings, as we see, another nice earnings beat. Stock moved from the low fours, got above 5 today. So yeah, it's unfortunate again. We didn't get that perfect fill of sub 3.5, but this is why I always used to say, like I know what I know, and if I think something's in play here, this is why I used to say, you start to piece your way in, and if it starts to move, great, because you own it. And if it starts to drop, that's okay, because if you still believe in it, you could buy some more for cheap. And that's why, if it drops, people get upset. And they're like, why isn't it moving? Why isn't it moving? You don't want it to move, right? You want it to remain in the situation of where you have high conviction that there's value there, there's growth there, and you want it to stay down or stay flat and be quiet. So that every time you have money, buy a little bit more, buy a little bit more, buy a little bit more. And then when this happens, boom. So, this thing I first spoke about at 360? Again, we hit like 355. Now the stock's at $5. You're up almost 50%. Wild. Wild stuff. See, that's what I mean. I'm doing shit like this daily. Daily for people, you know? And then if I get a little upset and vent in the Discord, somebody's got to respond. Like, not everything warrants a response. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I'm just saying what I'm saying. Yeah, I didn't even look. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Look, I literally said it could drop another half point, whatever, and it's all right. I don't have any like cleared settled cash myself, but if I did, yeah, it looks like KO could bounce. I mean, we know how the options move, so even if it bounces like a point or two here, I mean, you're probably gonna see a nice return. So, you know, in play, in my opinion, in play. Worst case scenario, actually the gap was there. So that's like worst case scenario to maybe. Although we know anything can happen, but yeah, unless markets really pull back, maybe here, drop another 40 cents, we'll call it. And then that technically, it's been in this downtrend. I mean, it really looks like it's, hey, digital, really looks like it's ready to bounce, in my opinion. That's why I said, again, in my opinion, if I had some capital, I'd start building a position. But, like they say, can lead a horse to water, can't make him drink. Hey, Nick. Yeah, no. We got to do what we got to do. We're doing well. Everybody's doing all right. Thank God. We are hanging out. Good old Friday. Friday. LAC with a little drop today. What an explosion, though. One announcement. Boom! That's it. That's all it takes. One announcement. Boom! Then all of a sudden, people are going back to videos like, can I get an update? Is it still a buy? Bah, bah, bah. Like, I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't take it anymore. I swear. It's a terrible thing to say, and I hate to put it out there in the universe, but I'll be honest, man. Some of these people deserve to lose money. These people are just oblivious. Running around chickens with their heads cut off. You know? And it's... You used to hear the stories like, yeah, you know, the average person loses money in the market. And it's like, really? How's that possible? And it's like, you run into some of these people and you're like, you know what? It kind of makes sense. You look at stocks at $2, $3, the thing runs up to $8.80, right? And then they show up and they're like, oh, is this still a buy? I just bought it. It's like, bro, it was a buy. That's why we were talking about it. It just moved. You know, now you bought it. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if it's going to work out, you know? Godspeed. I wish you the best. What do you want me to say? Freaking BlackBerry with the beautiful U-turn. Look at that. Right to the top trend line. $5. Outstanding. Outstanding. Yeah, it is emotion driven. Yeah, it is. That's why, like the FOMO, something runs up. People don't want to miss out on more, so they buy it at a higher price. And that's why, too, I always say sites like StockTwits, that shit is dangerous, man. That shit is dangerous. Because people just keep posting about the stocks they own, right? Because it's all algorithm driven. And all you got to do is just keep posting about your stock, and then it'll be trending on the website. And then anyone who shows up, like one of you guys who are like, oh, let me go on StockTwits and see what's going on, right? You see the stock at the top, like, oh, it's trending. You're like, oh, what's going on? Did they just sign a deal? Blah, blah, blah. You're seeing all these posts, and then you're like, all right, screw it, I'll buy it. And then meanwhile, they just pumped it up, and now you're down, 20, 30% into next week, the next 2 weeks. And now you're left holding the bag. You're freaking upset now for the next 2, 3, 6 months waiting for the rebound. Hey, Lucio. Yeah, BB, beautiful, beautiful. This week was a great week for a lot of your calls. Yes, thank you, Nick, thank you. You notice how consistent, just notice how consistent we are here. I believe it is absolutely unmatched. And again, I'm not saying there's not other people out there who are, making some good calls on trades, who pick some good stocks, who might be making their community a few bucks. But I truly believe we are unmatched in this community. We have some phenomenal under-the-radar calls that people only begin to talk about after we've already spoken about them. I spoke about Trump essentially being responsible. There was an article I posted. They were talking about Trump basically being responsible for, a handful of deals, and a lot of them were publicly traded companies. And he was basically, like the captain behind the steering wheel, if you will, of 4 of these deals that we spoke about. U.S. Steel, MP Materials, Intel, and now LAC, right? Those are like 4 situations that Trump basically, you could say, was responsible for. I brought U.S. Steel to everybody over 1 year before it happened, right? So you paid half the amount in taxes if you listen to me. Cost basis $19.70 a share. Company got involved into a bidding war. Stock went up to 55, 150% return while collecting a dividend. While now on sell, you pay half the amount in taxes. MP Materials was the only one I missed. I was speaking consistently about Intel, talking about how there's value there, the rebound story is coming, something's going to happen, they're not going to let it go away. And now everyone and their brother is taking a stake, they want a piece, right? They want to be involved. Intel talking to Taiwan Semiconductor now. And then, of course, LAC now up, whatever, 150, 170%. Hit $8 or whatever, now it's pulling back. But, I mean, think about that. 4 huge plays that you can say Trump had a hand in, was responsible for. I brought you 3 of them. 3 of them. Do you have any idea how impressive that is? That's what I mean. People really don't. I promise you right now, if we go online and we bring in a bunch of freaking branch managers and stock analysts and stock brokers, if we bring them right here live into this chat, I can guarantee you their jaws would be on the floor. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Nobody does it this way. And that's probably why I was actually such an abrasive salesman when I would try to call people on the phone and talk about the stocks. Because again, I told you, I used to pitch Take-Two Interactive between like $7 and $12, $15 a share, right? Now the stock, whatever, it hit highs of $200 a share, right? CBOE, I pitched it from $22 to like $50 a share when I left the firm. Stock went up to whatever, $180 a share, pays you a dividend this whole time. In my eyes, it's basically guaranteed money almost. And that's what I mean. It's like it was hard to sell people and get them to trust me. Because at the end of the day, the analysis is the analysis. The winner is the frickin' winner. And the buy is the frickin' buy. And, you know, you don't know me and you want me to get you to trust me. And it's like, listen, I don't know how to do that. But I know one thing. If you buy this freaking stock today, you're going to make money somewhere down the line. That's what I freaking know. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought that was everyone's number one fucking priority. That's why, honestly, I don't give a shit about any of the noise, man. Any of the noise in the Discord. People trying to give me crap. People trying to troll me and shit. Oh, he's in a mood today. But it's like, listen. I'm the best at what I do. And if I do want to, you know, start bleeding today, and I want to be in a mood, then I'm in a mood today. I don't know. You got to deal with it. I don't know what to tell you. Ignore me. Ignore me for the day, then. Just let me vent. Completely unmatched on this channel. Well said, Killian, because it's true. Completely unmatched. I promise you, no one is doing what I'm doing. You think these traders who were charging people like you $20, $40 a month, you think they were looking at freaking US Steel? Are you kidding me? You think they were bullish on Intel? No way. They thought it was a stick in the mud. They were probably out there like Nvidia and AMD's going to eat their lunch. The company's going extinct, shorted, right? That's what the average person was saying. Even the big boys on Wall Street, that's what they were saying. Look at Rolls Royce down at $1. What were people saying? Oh, I wouldn't buy that company now. Yeah? I put a massive buy recommendation on it. Guess what? Stock's up 1,500% now. This shit ain't checkers. But yeah, like I was saying, I see everyone, I see the people here who are the most active. You guys are always here. You're trying to come on, support the stream. I know certain people, sometimes they got a lot going on, but, you know, something like a BlackBerry or like LAC, even in the last day or two, right? We had the big pop, and I see you guys, the, you know, the handful of you who, you know, go out of your way and make it a business. Like, oh, hey, you know, this thing popped, you know, it's me. Here's a couple of bucks. Like, it means a lot to me. Like I always said, it's not necessarily the size. It's the thought that counts, as they say. And that's why believe me, I'm making mental notes of the names I see that, always try to do the right thing, even if it's freaking whatever, $3, $5. You guys who are always trying to do the right thing and trying to show your appreciation. Like they say, one hand washes the other. So I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see. I might set up that Discord bot. I know I've been talking about it for a while, but might be time to just set up some sort of pay situation in the Discord. But you guys who took care of me, I'm gonna take care of you, and I'll probably move you over to the VIP section or whatever the hell we call it. Just get you guys in there first. Good old BlackBerry. BB, how about an RR? Who's gonna buy LAC? Yeah, now listen, I mean, you can't buy everything, right? Can't buy everything, and we know you're big in hydrograph. You bought some MBOT. It is what it is. You can't. Sometimes there's not enough money. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, it's still good again. I mean, it obviously just jumped up in value, but we know that inside of the next year or so, like they're eventually going to start actually mining and extracting the lithium, and that's when there's probably going to be even more value come into the stock. So, if it's one you want to keep an eye on, and maybe you see a pullback here, so you grab a couple of shares down the road, you could nibble at it over time. It could get some pops and stuff, some little headlines along the way, but technically, you still have time before they start mining. Lithium plays other than LAC, I don't know. Even like I did the that special request video the other day, and I know one of the stocks was like another Canadian mining stock, and that's why I was saying like LAC got the loan, and they were supposedly going to be like the biggest in North America, so that's where my focus was. And that's why I was kind of saying like, yeah, like these other lithium mining companies are out there, but I'd focus on this because that's where their focus is. And then what? A week later, we get the news. A couple days later, I don't know when I made that video, but thank you, Nick. Appreciate you, brother. Yep, lied about timing. Yeah, no, narrow it down exactly. Even if you have 3, 4 positions, narrow it down to the ones you have, the most conviction on, the ones you're the most confident about. Some people show me their accounts and they got like 26 positions, and it's like, yeah, they might all be good names, but you might want to consolidate a little bit. Brazilian company, I mean, I'll look at the chart, but I don't trust Brazilian companies at all. No disrespect to them, but I call it like I see it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's on the up and up, but again, if this is just moving because of LAC, then this isn't the one you want. This isn't the one you want because this move isn't real. I mean, it does look like it's in a really long-term channel here. Again, if this is in the channel, if you want to play the climb, like back up here, if you think this will double on a swing trade, that's up to you. It's entirely your own prerogative. Does look like it's stepping up like LAC was. If it does come up here, you could see $8 in the technicals. I mean, in reality, I wouldn't buy this, but in the technicals, if you're talking about the chart, yeah, you might see a couple of points. Your call. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. I mean, I guess now would be the time to play it in theory, and like we said, catch the kind of technical upswing. Because if you get if you get that announcement, right now you're playing by the rumor, sell the news. So if you get an announcement on this stock, in my opinion, you have to sell it immediately, because Brazil is known for nationalization, just like Venezuela and all those countries. So that's why when people unfortunately bring up, companies in certain countries, I usually immediately shoot them down. But yeah, if you want to play the potential announcement coming into that, then yeah, buy the rumor, sell the news. The technicals seem like they're kind of in your favor right now. But yeah, keep an eye on it, and again, some stocks work out, but unfortunately, if they're in certain countries, I don't know if you can like confidently and comfortably just hold it indefinitely for growth. You know what I'm saying? Because you could hear about nationalization. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. But yeah, no, like, could be a decent play in theory, though. I get it. I get it if you're attracted to it. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to call. It's hard to call because I don't know. Like, we know any wild shit can happen, and all of a sudden it's done. So that's the last thing that I want to see happen. But I get it. I get the appeal. Super. Just strong. Just strong. 200. Yeah, that's not too crazy. You should be alright. Should be alright with that. Especially even right now, if they're not doing anything, if like the LAC and lithium like stays in the news like for the next week, it'll probably run up a freaking point or two. You probably make some decent money. Ride the wave. Right? That's what they say. Oh look, Tesla up again. Why not? Why not? Didn't I see an article the other day and it's like, oh, Europe sales plummet. Stock goes up no matter what. Look at this. Look at this. Right? And they asked me back here, why are you talking about silver? What about this crackhead drone stock? Isn't that more interesting? No. No, it's not. As you can see. Why buy crack when you can buy silver? That's what I always say. Silver and gold. It's actually above this freaking trend line, it looks like here. Talk about breaking out. Look at that. So we were raging in this upward channel. Now we're technically above the upward channel. I mean, you might see a clean spike to like 48 and then 50. What a move. Ah, ah. Yeah. Oh, man, just let me get some gold at 200. Oh, yeah, it happens. If only we can go back in time. Thank you very much, brother. Appreciate that. Now, silver's going up again. Had this mark up here, about 50, 40 an ounce. And we are just going straight there, it looks like. And again, this is going back. This is the tops. Look at that. I was connecting the tops back there. 79 to 2011. Just cutting across. And look at that. Now we're almost there. We are almost there. And again, you go all the way back here. You know, and you say like, yeah, we might see this. And in that moment, you know, no one understood it. No one believed in it. And now everyone wants a piece of it. Oh, excuse me. 36, 30. Yeah, right? Probably. They'll probably slowly bring it back down to like 30 an ounce or something. That's how it looks anyway in the chart. But we know technically past performance does not dictate future results, as they say. But yeah, that's probably going to happen. It's going to spike up, and then they're going to slowly start to drop it back down. If a big rejection does come, I would assume, yeah, there has been a lot of inflation. That is a good point. That might actually break up and break through. Or, you know, I don't know. We might get like some massive Trump announcement where, like, you know, he took like, I don't know, you know, $6 trillion and he was able to take it off the national debt or so. You know, if we get an announcement like that, then that would spike the value of the dollar, right? Which in theory would then cause gold and silver to start dropping back down. So perhaps something like that is coming. U.S. generals all meeting in Virginia. Now? For sure, I feel if we get away from the dollar and go digital. That's true too. If they start rolling out, yeah, that's true too. If we make a big move and a big shift to crypto as well, yeah, that would also, yeah, because then it would put value there and it would take value away from gold, silver, and probably a lot of other things. So yeah, that's true too. It could be the crypto play. We could get news, like I said, oh, we repaid some debt, so now our dollar is stronger. So now gold, silver, weaker. It could be anything. Or, as Cheese said, we've had a lot of inflation in the last 10, 15 years, so maybe we don't reject and stop at that level, and we might even break up and go right through it. We might go from like 50 to 55 an ounce real quick. So I don't know. Don't have the crystal ball, but all of those are possibilities. Generals meeting. Uh, Trying to dump our debt into crypto and run. Market closed. Big bounce back right at the end. Oh. I get knocked down, but I get up again. See what's going on in my account. Am I rich? Ah, not yet. Hydrograph holding. Yeah, look, it bounced off this level pretty strong here. Channeled up, consolidated, pulled back, big channel up, big pop up. Look at that, drop down, right? Keep slowly channeling up. Seems like it's strong to me. Light volume, about 500,000 shares today. Check out Mba. Yep, we're chilling. We are chilling. Came down to about 290. Had a good bounce. Back down 320. We'll probably come back down here to about 3. Again, could drop down there. Could drop down there for sure. But I think it's gonna have a good time here moving forward. I think it's gonna be nice. It's nice. Man, what's the market cap? 140 million. We got company. That's what I mean, bro. Look at ASTS valuation. You know what I mean? And that's why you're telling me this can't get to $10, $20. Like, come on. That bell goes off. Feels like you're on the floor of the exchange, huh? Stepping out of the pit at the end of the day. What else were we looking at? That Swibby dude's name. Swibby. Up. Up. What did I tell you, huh? What did I tell you? I said, $10 should be no problem. Should be no problem. Just give it a little time. Just give it a little time. 420. Okay, okay. We're doing a little loop here. Okay. Again, when we first started talking about it again, this was the news here with the retailer, right? And again, like we were saying, we saw it immediately start to drop, and people, what's going on? Why did I buy this? Did I get sucked in? Bah, 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 right? And all you got to do is just wait, just hang out. Just hang out a little bit. Be patient. Next thing you know, stock hits 571, hits new highs, right? But again, this was the key level, and it spiked straight up there, right? So that's why I think it's going to curl and try to retest and reclaim that level again. Someone else, someone posted in the chat, in the Discord, China has like over 10 robotic centers with 100, 200 robots each. America must catch up. This is Rich Tech Robotics Twitter page, I guess. We plan to build large robotic data centers on U.S. soil where fleets of robots will collect real-world data, not simulations. This data will strengthen not just Rich Tech, but the entire American robotics industry. So, I like it. I think it could be good. The market cap 600 million. Again, this was one of the few names that did not absolutely explode in value. So that's why it's also kind of attractive. I got the moves like Jagger, baby. How PayPal do today? Chilling? Oh, man. Look at all these greens, huh, down here. I'm still looking weak. It's that Ampex holding up. My goodness. Looked at it here, said to buy it here. Looked at it here, said to buy it here. Now it's here. It's crazy. Cause I'm a crazy boy. And then people ask, like, oh, what do you like? What do you want? And nobody freaking listens. You got like 20 people in this community who are listening. Meanwhile, there's like 300 in the Discord, 7,000 subscribers. I'm just assuming everyone's a bot. I don't even know if this is real anymore. Initiated neutral. Down here near lows, huh? Yeah. None of it's real. Good old simulation. It is one big simulation. I feel like there was something else. How's this company doing? Sassel? Where was this one out of again? 4 billion 10 PE. This was like, yeah, South Africa? Of course, it was just beaten up and it bounced, so I missed it. Up to 7 billion a quarter? Oh, right, 7 billion right, a half year. Okay. Look at Fubo, shareholder meeting on the 30th to approve the merger. Yes, I still think Fubo is worth buying. And yeah, if we're gonna get this update, what's that, Monday? 26, 27, 20, 29, 30. It's Tuesday. So yeah, you may see it start climbing Monday, and then we may see an explosion Tuesday, hopefully, if everything goes through. I really don't see why it wouldn't. Stock's not bad. I don't trust South Africa, man, and we had a dividend, we took it away. I don't know. I don't know about all that. Moving on. Is Viva still a stock? What else we got here with the V's? We got Valvoline. See how it's doing. Actually, not too bad. LAC, yeah, you like that one, huh? Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. It was very impressive. We got debt coming down. Yeah, maybe not. Intel, yeah, Intel, great call. Like I said, it broke down to those new lows. People thought it was done. I said, oh, there's value there. I'd be a buyer. Climbed up to 20, 22. I say, listen, don't forget about Intel. I think there's value there. Boom. It's at 36. What do you think of Pfizer? Yeah, I don't know. Last time I looked at Pfizer, it looked pretty decent. But again, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of these pharmaceutical companies I just don't know if it's worth it. Just don't know if it's worth it right now. Actually, kind of looks like puts are in play. You might have to... I don't know. I'd give it some time. I don't know. As I said, again, it's just my opinion. Could turn out to be wrong. I mean, even whatever, a couple of years ago, I remember I looked at like Eli Lilly and thought it was overvalued. But, I mean, markets just continued to climb and hit new highs for years. So obviously, a lot of those names just kept going, even if we thought they were overvalued. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Just like I said, with the RFK thing, and I just don't know what announcements may be coming, how Wall Street may react. That's just me. It's just my opinion. If you like it, go for it. I mean, there are worse stocks to buy, right? But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe HG will get something. Yeah, you never know. You never know. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Oh, I have a virus. I hope you get a virus. You win your computer. Yep. Told them about this one. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh. GX today. Up. Trying to suck you in. Trying to suck you in. Little do they know, we suck already. So take that. Huh? How about that, huh? Yeah, the stock sucks. Dismal. Dismal. It also kind of scares me too how like there's like, 40-year-old grown people who are like, oh my god, Disney, ah. I don't know, it just strikes me as odd. Strikes me as very odd. I remember a couple of years ago I would like flip through like Tinder and crap. And you see like these are like grown adults. You see a little bio like, oh, I love everything Disney. It's like, yeah, why? Why? I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. Seems odd. Was this right here? Wait, 69. 108.82. 108.69. Yeah, we come up like that. Yeah, that's where we're going. That's where we're going. Go to Disney with their children. The truth is, they go there for themselves. Yes. Yes, it is true. These kids have no idea what's going on. They're walking around. They want ice cream. Meanwhile, you got like the 43-year-old mother over there like, oh my god, it's Mickey. Oh, can I be Cinderella today? I don't know. I don't know. But I do know that lately, a lot of people have been very upset with Disney. There was a lot of the backlash there recently. Damn. Damn. Fucking Silver, I can't believe that. The Raging Cajun. Can't afford kids, but can still go to Disneyland. Priorities, baby. Priorities. I think I need more coffee, actually. Coffee run. Be right back. Cintas reported earnings too, right? Should have been a beat. Yep. Oh, beautiful climb. Supposedly we had a Saudi prince bought a bunch of shares. It seems like a situation where, I mean, I think there's value here, but I also think they're actually a takeout candidate. I'm honestly down here, like even back here when it hit like the sevens and the eights and stuff. I'm surprised that no one stepped in and actually bought the company. Mm, mm. We are the world. We are children. Got on late. Only been streaming an hour. It's 4:30 already. Anything you guys wanted to look at? Just let me know. Feel like I should do a video on LAC too, maybe? I don't know. Ba-dum, bum, bum. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Yep. Anything you guys want to look at, let me know. Even though you should kind of have a pretty good watch list going. See how Coke's doing. Well, slow and steady. Slow and steady. Mm, this thing should be so much lower. Oh, I don't get it. Right down to that trend. Still above the trend line, technically. Saturn's been strong, man. I'm doing. Yeah, trying to step up, huh? Um, we go. I didn't even know this one. Completely forgot about this one. Vimeo was publicly traded when I did a video on it back in the threes and shit. And as you see, we ran up basically to this level, pulled back, and now, yeah, I completely forgot about it, but it looks like, yeah, about 2 weeks ago, they received a bid here. Vimeo shares surge on take private deal from Bending Spoons. Yet another. Oh my goodness. I can't, bro. I can't. That's what I mean. Imagine I really had big money and I was able to put like 50, 100 grand into every stock I said I like. Can you really imagine? I'd have $20 million. I think I remember telling, what's his name? 70 Mustang about this one too. I was like, you should buy Vimeo. It's like 325 or whatever. Yep. Do they listen? Nope. Shipping company stepping back up. Still up 65, 60 something points from when I did my video here. Yep. Like I say, man, not to be cocky, but shit's easy, man. All you gotta do is pay attention and just wait. That's all you have to do, really. Is just wait. Just wait for it to happen. And then you wake up one day and you say, oh, wow, look at this one. It's doing great. I'm up 10%. I'm up 20%. Good old Vimeo. Completely forgot about that one. That was a couple of weeks ago. No one even mentioned it. A true under-the-radar situation. Even when the bid happened and the stock popped to 775, it wasn't even trending. No one was even talking about it. Oh, man. Do I pick winners or what? I felt Vimeo was in play also because of, what was the other? Vizio, right? Vizio got like bought by Walmart or something, right? And they absorbed that brand, and that's why I said Vimeo. Vimeo should be next. There's value here in Vimeo. And apparently, Bending Spoons out of Italy stepped up. Yep, 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 yep. I feel like I'm forgetting a bunch of companies. Might have to go back. Let me pull up my channel, right? Because if you don't know what to buy, all you have to do is go back to the channel and see what hasn't really exploded yet. Sentinel 1. Still chilling. Still chilling. AMD. Marcat, how's that one holding up? And below trend line. Was doing well. Oh yeah, we looked at Archer. Yep, looked at it back there. Said I'd wait for that. We pulled back there. Then the stock more than doubled. That's what I mean. All you people have to do is pay attention. This looks like it might actually kind of head back down, like and step down to this line. What's the other one? FT. Nope. FTAI. Okay, this one went up and up. This one I think had more revenue. Yeah, this one's generating some revenue. 17. I mean, yeah, it's a little high now, but has been growing nicely. Check out Oscar. Yep, hanging out. Check out SoFi. My goodness. Alright. Like I said back in the day, I said $30 stock. What did I tell you, huh? What did I tell you? Yep. RMTI, how we doing? Well, dropped perfectly out of that triangle as expected. Right down to the trend line. I'll put that in the Discord, even though no one pays attention. Well, again, I know some of you do, but you know what I'm saying. 250 people in here, and I hear the same 5 people like, yeah, I'm taking a position, thanks for that. I don't know what the heck the rest of these people are doing. Aurora. Still kind of just hanging out. Core Civic. You can try to delay the inevitable, but the inevitable is inevitable. Big Bear AI, how's that one doing? Hanging out. Okay, what else did we look at? Celsius. Yep. Slowly regaining that value. Brought it down. And then bring it right back up. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Let me look at some older videos here. What else do we have? Huh? AI. Hmm? Big mess right there. Who else? Who else? Elf? How's Elf doing? Up. Up. This company is just kicking ass. Oh yeah, Dutch Bros. How's that one going? Yep. Uh-huh. Alright, showed you the path up there to the top range. Goes to the top range. Shit's easy, I tell him. Shit's easy. What is this? 43 something. Alright. Alright. Check arm. Oh my. Told you the stocks suck. Mm. Get a video all the way back here saying if they can string together some earnings beats now and turn it around, and we're witnessing the rebound, you can fill that gap back to 3 and change, and you can fill that gap back to 500 no problem. And nice bike going by. And of course, not only did the company do that, but then I believe it was like around here when they started to do like the password crackdowns and whatnot, and obviously, as you see, it just kept going. So, caught it almost at the bottom. I think in the video too, I was saying it's at like 160, like maybe they could break it to like the 140s or something. But if the turnaround story happens, this could be a good, nice return for you. Holy shit. Freaking, what's that? 800%? Crazy. I know what I know. It's what I keep trying to tell them. Keep trying to tell people this. Been sold all the way to, what, here? Netflix? That sucks. Yeah, hey, sometimes you're on the wrong side of the fence, you know? Happens to everybody. Honestly, I don't even know where half these people come from. And they just like thrust them into the spotlight. And it's like, oh yeah, Bill Ackman, he's, got $3 billion and he manages 20 billion. Like, I don't know where the hell these people come from. According to Google, lost about 400 million. That's nothing for them. It's a big hit, but that's not that bad. I remember, oh, what was it? What was the stock? It was him and Carl Icahn. And it was, like, Nutrisystem? Herbalife? No, that's not the symbol. Is it still around? HLF. My bad. Yeah, that was back when I was a broker. So yeah, it was like here or something. But yeah, they were just like going nuts. I believe it was Herbalife, and then you had like Ackman come out and he announced like a massive short position against Herbalife. It was either this or Nutrisystem, but he announced a massive short position on Herbalife, and then like right after that, Carl Icahn started like talking mad smack to him, and then he took a position in Herbalife, and as you see, the stock kind of held up well, and I think Ackman ended up taking a loss on that one too. But yeah, I don't know where they find these people, and I don't know why Herbalife was in his crosshairs. I don't know the way these people think, yet somehow they manage the most money. other company in the city. I think it was like John Thomas Financial. And they would always pitch Nutrisystem. And, some of these people, they get so many calls, and they all run together. I remember there was a time where I guess they were really pushing it. Because I'd get someone on the phone and I would always keep hearing, didn't I just talk to you? Didn't you just pitch me Nutrisystem? Ba-ba-ba. Good old Blackberry. Ooh, look at that loop. Here we go, loop-de-loo. Here we go, loop-de-line. Loop-de-loo. Loop. Yeah, that's funny though that this stock we just looked at went down, went right back up. And that's why that's saying this is again why I like trend lines. Look at that. Basically right back to that line, right? So, I mean, it might reject and it might hang out and then try to retest the trend line, but you at least have an idea of a key level to keep an eye on, And, yeah, even if they bring it down again, I mean, I still like it. I liked it here going into earnings. Unfortunately, they chunked it down big, but look at that. That's what I mean. Look at that. Beat it completely up. Brought it down to 43. And then it instantly had to rebound right to 50. Look at that. Bounce off the line and then actually run to almost 51.5. That's what I mean. Because technically over here, you could make a very strong argument that the stock is undervalued. And that's why, even though, yeah, they had kind of a negative quarter, a mixed quarter, we'll call it, right? Obviously not the best quarter. But the growth is still there. But we chunked it down big. But like we say, if I liked it up here, 54, 55, I mean, now you want to bring it down to 45. Yeah, no problem. No problem. See, that's what people don't understand. They start investing their money in building a position. Then all of a sudden the thing's down here at 35 and they're like, oh, this thing's a piece of crap. When in reality, that is the opposite of how you should be looking at the situation. We've seen that a lot of times where stocks like continue to step down and people are like, what's going on? Why is it going down? How come it's not going up? Should I sell the position? Is this still worth holding? And then it goes down, and then all of a sudden it rebounds and it's back up, and everybody says the same thing. Oh, I knew it was going to come back. I should have bought more. Ba, ba, ba. Happens all the time. Hmm. Let's see what's going on X. I remember the last time I was scrolling on X. Apparently, like the music playing in one of the videos, like it flagged the account. Well, you know, it didn't flag it, but it just let me know. And it's like, oh, do you want to remove the song? Do you want to mute that time period? So he picks it up right away. Second highest rated show in almost 23 years. Huge middle finger to Trump. You think so? I mean, people only care about him because they axed the show. Before that, he was getting like 100,000 viewers. I mean, we got streamers on Twitch that get more views than that guy. That's why when people were in an uproar about it, I was laughing my ass off. It's like, y'all weren't even watching the guy to begin with. Now you're upset? What is this? Oh, people flying around to campuses. I respect it. No war top soon. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. My spidey senses are tingling. Oh my goodness. Oh, for crying out loud. I don't know. I don't know. It seems very wild on X lately. Maybe it's me. I was gonna say someone's getting. Oh, shots fired. Shots fired. Man, these people are legit just walking around banging shot. They legit think it's still like the Wild West out here. Oh, now you come and lock the door. Yeah, that's nice. That's great. Go political messages. Not bad. Look at this. Like what? Like how do people even film this? Like what do you do? What is going on here? Couldn't wait for GTA 6 so they can in real life. Yeah, right? It's the video games driving the youth to do this. I don't know. I played a lot of games growing up. I never did that. Here we go. Talking about these files again. I was watching an episode of Jumanji. Yeah, it's messed up. I've been seeing those videos too. These other kids are like going out trying to do what this man was doing, and they're just running into all this nonsense. Stephen A. Smith. He's been trying to talk to people, man. Up, here we go. In the Bronx. Oh, shit. Oh, really? With the dog, bro? Oh, shit. What? Bro. Kick the dog, bro. Oh, bro. Yeah, I might have to go to the Bronx and set some people straight. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Wasn't even like a larger dog either. It wasn't even a threat or anything. Little ass chihuahua. Disgusting. I can't believe I just saw that. Not only do you hit some woman and blast her in the face for some reason, but then you kick the dog like freaking like who raised you? That's what I want to know. Who raised you, honestly? Who raised you? Even if you have an explanation, like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, that's why I hit that woman. All right. The hell are you kicking a dog for? Oh, I don't understand. Okay. Okay, they're cooking. Huh. Yep, this guy's crying about Trump. This is a bold-faced lie. You notice all these people now, they're coming out, right? They're talking, oh, this is all BS, blah, blah, blah. Man, I remember years ago, and the country was in the shitter, and they would show us polls like, oh, everyone thinks Biden's doing a good job. Everyone thinks Obama's doing a good job, right? And people would ask all the time, like, who'd they ask? Who'd they poll for that? These people been lying for years. Now all of a sudden they're upset because it's Trump. Oh, this is a lie. Yeah, it's all been a lie. Welcome to the party. There we go. We're carrying out in Florida. Uh-huh. Look at that. I bet you won't steal from that Walmart with that guy in there. Mmm. Yeah, she does seem pretty at peace with everything, huh? Up, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What the hell? We're gonna get more and more info, I think. Yeah, I don't know actually if you can. I don't know what the if there were rules against. Yeah, just filming in someone's window. I don't know. Yeah, that was weird. Though. Put her on Time Magazine. Yeah, why not? We put everybody on Time Magazine. Who cares? For sure. Yep, again with these files. Gavin Newsom talking crap, even though his state is covered in crap. Announced a massive audit of Turning Point just 1 week. Kirk was setting up a Doge department inside the organization because money was being burned through too quickly. Huh. G6 wasn't up. 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 There we go. We got a new player there on the team. Yeah, good for him. Yeah, he was. People calling him a racist. I don't know. It sounded like he was just trying to help everybody. So I don't know why people would even try to be upset. You're getting upset at the wrong guy. Like you're showing like no remorse, no sympathy, like to the wrong guy. This guy didn't do anything. This guy didn't do anything, bro. CNXC though, I do like this one. Oh, man. Beautiful. Beautiful. And what do you do for a living? I'm in waste management. A little concerned about that. Hmm, very nice. But I hit 6. 6-4. Wow. Damn. A lot of money in garbage, huh? Uh, I mean, garbage cleanup sanitation is essential. It is essential. You know, even like historians and whatnot speak about that and prove that. You know, helps keep disease away and all that stuff. So that's why, as long as we, I guess, remain civilized for the most part, then something like waste management will continue to stay busy. Leaving work, was able to scoop more Fubo before the close. Okay, okay. Positioning ourselves before the meeting. Very nice. Yes, happy Friday, happy Friday. Who doesn't love a good Friday? We are the world. We are two. Let's check, see what's going on. Yahoo. Yahoo. Trump says there will be others prosecuted after Cohen. Believe it when I see it. People have been saying for decades that people should be in jail and we have evidence and blah, blah, blah. Nobody did a freaking thing. And that's why, even if he does end up throwing a few people in jail, so I probably ain't gonna do freaking shit anyway. TV's fragility. Yeah, man. TV, we know TV's been on the down and down. That's what I mean. They were saying there was like 100 people, 100,000 people watching Kimmel. That's why, like, oh yeah, they took him off the air. Like, who cares, huh? Y'all don't care. People make everything political. At the end of the day, that show is probably costing them money. Atlanta forfeits $37.5 million after refusing to agree to Trump's DEI ban. Hmm. EA soars as it nears takeover. Really? You're gonna take over that company? Company sucks. Company literally sucks. Ugh. Oh, gross. So gross. Saudi Arabia's fund is going to buy this. Why? Disgusting. Disgusting. It's quite a lifetime shot, dog, give him that. And it's crazy that this company benefited so much, literally because they have like the exclusive rights from the NFL and shit. Because back in the day, I don't know if you guys noticed, but back in the day, there used to be like multiple like baseball, football, video game franchises. And now you just have Madden. Who's doing? Dang. That's crazy. Yep, and I pitched it like in here. And then I moved to CBOE. Right, so you tell me, when I called people up at 8, 10, 15, should they have listened? What do you think? You tell me. What do you think? I think they should have listened. $47 billion. What a crock. Look at this. $47 billion for this. What a crock. Disgust. Ricey back above 16. Wow. Right back to the trimmer. What a freaking beast, man. Wow. And I remember back in the day when I had a couple of bucks over here. I remember how I did the video on it. And I even said to myself, like, yeah, I don't have much, but I should just sell everything and just buy Rolls Royce if I know it's going to go up. And obviously, that would have been a great call. Yeah, big dub right there, Joe. Joey Bag of Donuts. That is a dub if I've ever seen one. That is a dub ski. ASTS still in the 40s. Amazing. Amazing. Rocket Lab. Amazing. Well, again, that one at least they're generating some revenue. Ion Q been freaking going nuts, man. First looked at that at like 11. I think we did like another video at like 16. Freaking stock's at 70. Hims has been really strong, but again, in my opinion, I would just wait for a better entry in the 40s if you could. DG still growing again over the last couple of quarters. I mean, now they're above 10 billion of revenue in 10 billion a quarter in revenue. Right? They continue to say like, yeah, we're opening new stores. Stores are busy. Blah blah blah. So I don't know. DG I like, again, kind of like over time, you know, similar to like a PayPal. You know what I mean? It's like a brand name company that is just viewed, in my opinion, undervalued, severely undervalued in the numbers, and the growth, the rebound should be there. Coca-Cola down 30 cents. Again, in my opinion, I think KO is in play. Dolby's actually been holding up pretty well. Would like to see a cheaper price. I can't believe that. Saudi's really EA, bro. Video games nowadays suck. Intel. Open's still popular, eh? Snap has been active pretty much every day since we spoke about it. Nvidia, Ford, of course. Boeing, huh? Had a good Friday. Carnival? I don't know. I feel like the cruise lines have been struggling. Unless you guys know or think differently. Stock's been on the up and up, though. What is that? About 33. That's pretty much what it just hit. Gotta beat. Gotta be 8-1. That seems pretty extreme. I mean, I know, I understand it's that best quarter, but just finally got back to positivity. 25. Last couple of quarters have been alright. Well, actually, 7-9, 8-1. Yeah, it's not too bad. How do the analysts feel about it? Wow, we're pretty confident. Hmm. Yeah, community's awesome here. Love all you guys. You guys are great. Got 50 calls on Fubo for October 3rd. All right, let's go. Let's go. Fubo. Yeah, like Nick was saying, we got that shareholder meeting on the 30th. And hopefully we start to see some momentum. Yeah, I don't know. Carnival says they got earnings coming. Yeah, maybe. Wow, big debt. Holy crap. Yeah, I mean, it's coming down. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like this one, actually. This is Monday before the opens. Damn it. Yeah. I would have said puts, but my apologies. I was not aware. Nike on the 30th, huh? Let's see. Let us see. Ah, man. I used to have trend lines. Oh, man. Mm-hmm. Went from 60 to 80 down to 70. Okay. Brought it right back to the middle. And we have earnings. Expecting 27, 10, 9, 9. Will show a reduced revenue decline, rising costs, and weak demand in China. 102 billion. 46. 46. Made about 3. Hmm. Hmm. OpEx back up. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Sports' first half profit fell 13.5% due to weak U.S. demand, where Nike accounts for about 45% of sales, reflecting a notable drop in Nike's market share. Now, granted, this could have been a drop in JD Sports' market share, right? And people could have made the purchases somewhere else. But that seems unlikely. Nike accounting again for almost half of their sales, and their profits fell 13.5%. Britain's JD Sports says Nike doing all the right things to lift sales. Okay. But if we're currently in a lull phase, then everything they're doing now is we're gonna see that more next quarter. Right? So maybe puts this quarter, calls next quarter. Morgan Stanley, 70, increased it to 75 from 7. Well, that's where the stock is now. I swear, these people just play it safe and they collect their six-figure checks. It's laughable, man. Women's business. Maintain market perform. Collection will be available today. Oh, wow, really? That's cool. Accept donations of even $1 and they send you a 47 cap. There you go. If you guys want to support the cause, you can go ahead over there. $25 million from tariffs. Meek, yeah. Neutral UBS. I mean, like, over the long term, right, they're probably going to turn it around, get it back above to, like, 100 a share. So if you tell me, like, yeah, I like Nike, like, I understand for the long term. Here in the short term, though, I don't know. I have a feeling, you know, the puts might be in play. We might go down and then maybe try to, like, bounce. Because I understand that everyone's kind of looking at it like, yeah, we kind of beat it up too much. So I kind of understand that argument. RBC upgrades, raises price target, outperform from 76 to 90. Yeah, okay, yeah. So they're looking on the up and up. And again, I understand how you could say like 90, 100. I get it. We just might, again, struggling with, as we said, some weaker U.S. demand. We have tighter profit margins from these tariffs. So we might continue to kind of struggle for a little while before the turnaround happens. Not saying that it won't happen, just might not happen immediately. Maintain neutral. Price target raised from 68 to 70. Yeah, they're all kind of around this range of just a few dollars of where the stock currently is, which tells me that no one is really too bullish or too bearish. Well, except that one person who gave it 90. Upgraded by TD Cowen margin recovery. Raised price target to 85 from 62. There we go. Gross profit 42. Analyst says the company could generate more than $4 in EPS, $6 billion in free cash flow. Its execution improves. They pointed to recent strength in Nike and Jordan products, particularly Tech Fleece. Competitors show signs of weaker demand. Well, yeah, but it might be demand across the board, though. Then again, in this person's defense, we got the excuse me, we got the numbers from JD Sports like 2 weeks after he put out this report. So I guess they weren't aware of that, but yeah, that report from JD Sports said profits are down, demand is down. So this signs of weaker demand, it might not just be the competitors to Nike, it might be all of the companies in the sector right now. Expect Nike to return to sales growth in fiscal fourth quarter, excluding currency effects, with mid-single-digit growth in fiscal 27. Operating margins 9.3, supporting earnings of 259. Okay. Other brokers have adjusted their outlooks. Raised Williams trading 100 buy rating. I respect it. Bernstein lifted target to 90. Optimism for Jordan. Yeah, we got new Jordans. I don't know. I don't follow. UBS neutral. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'm feeling puts in the short term, but again, if you want to like straddle buy calls and puts and just play a move, like I can understand that too. Missed the RMTI. No, yeah, I was just pointing out. PC's running slow. I'm gonna have to restart this baby. So yeah, see, I was mentioning this descending triangle like a week ago, and you can see we had the break, and I was saying that we can come down here to about $1.20, and you can see how we tested. We kind of bounced off, so we could break here and drop down here to this line of $1.10, but in my opinion here in the low ones, I like it. I like it. And I was even saying that back here when we got that initial news, and came back down to $1, and then you can see it ran up to over 2. So I want to say, in my opinion, it's worth at least like 2 and change. That's kind of where it was when I first looked at it. And again, I was a little early. They continued to issue shares, but the revenue's been pretty much in line. The losses aren't extreme. And we got the news again over here of a large retailer deal. So I like it. Again, I initially thought it would bounce here and go up into the top of the range, and we ended up breaking down here. So now we kind of, we're kind of like stepping our way back up into the original range. But yeah, I kind of like this one right now. Of course, volatile, speculative, small cap play. I mean, we're talking 40 million market cap, but it seems like they're on the up and up. Again, EPS has been pretty stable. You can see over the years, sales been on the up and up, and they do dialysis machines. Company which engages in development of treatment for anemia, kidney disease, iron deficiency, hemodialysis, Triferic, Citrapure, Renal Pure, Sterilite. What is that? Michigan? So, not bad. Not bad. And again, we got the news, we saw the rebound back above the trend line to 2. So I do think, it's kind of a small under the radar situation. You could probably ride this one back up here to the 2s, maybe even 3 plus. Might make yourself a pretty penny. Or it's cheap. It's a small company right now. I mean, if you want, you can, just keep buying shares too. Build a position over the long term. If we continue to see that they're growing. But yeah, I just made a mention in the Discord because it's right there at that line. Ugh, all of a sudden I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I love it. I can't breathe. Yeah, see? Look at some stocks. The next thing you know, you're streaming for 2.5 hours. Boom. Just like that. Oh yeah, Boeing too. Look at Boeing real quick. Yeah, probably gonna wrap up the stream in a few. I just know it was Friday. We had a pretty decent week, and again, unfortunately, my apologies. Came on late today, but wanted to jump on for an hour or two, just hang out with you guys for a little bit. It's best salesperson. It's another order. Hmm. 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 Went by bowling and all. Terrible. Terrible. All right. I guess when the money's gone, it's time to move on. Ugh. All right, ladies and germs. Always a pleasure, of course. Happy Friday. Yeah, no problem, Joe. Don't worry about that. You know, anytime. Appreciate you guys hanging out, showing your support, showing some love on a nice happy Friday. I'm glad everyone had a really good week. Had a lot of good news. And sometimes we gotta rant and rave, you know, you gotta vent, you gotta let it out. Outstanding. Outstanding. We'll make motivational compilations. I think I'm gonna make a in my opinion compilation too, and just, you know, trim all the in my opinions throughout all the videos. Could probably make a freaking 5-hour long compilation with that shit. Good times. But yeah, good week all around. Good job. Glad everyone is doing well. And rest up. Enjoy your weekend. Get some R&R. Talk to you in Discord, and we'll see you back Monday. Take it easy.